Welcome to the 11th episode of Skyrim Cut Content. Today we'll be looking at an NPC who got completely overhauled, with not much effort being put into covering up the changes. We're located at Windhelm, home of the esteemed Jarl Ulfric Stormcloak, as well as numerous other Old North clans. One of these old and influential clans is Clan Cruelseat. The Cruelseat clan consists of only 3 living members: Thorsten, the clan head, his wife Hillevi, and their young son Grimvar. Because of their busy lifestyle and seemingly large funds, they have hired a caretaker for their son. This caretaker is a dark elf by the name of Idisa Saudri. Idisa will be our subject today. In-game, we can't really notice anything weird about her, but once we dig deeper, we will see that her ref doesn't carry the name Idisa Saudri, but rather Sings of Dreams. This indicates that at an earlier point in development, Idisa Saudri was an Argonian female with the name Sings of Dreams. This isn't the only time that the name Sings of Dreams is used either. In fact, Idisa never gets called by name in the final game at all. Internally, the name Sings of Dreams gets used 18 times, while Idisa only gets used a meager 4 times. I'll now go over every instance where the name Sings of Dreams gets used, such as all of Idisa's unique AI packages. Every single one uses Sings of Dreams instead. Sings of Dreams DB stand package, Sings of Dreams and Grimvar Eat at Home, etc. And it doesn't stop there. 2 of Grimvar's unique packages also mention Sings of Dreams. Grimvar Learn from Sings of Dreams and Grimvar Sandbox around Sings of Dreams. If we take a look at her relationships tab, we'll find that she has a relation to 4 NPCs, meaning 4 unique relationship markers. The ones with Thorsten and Hillevi Cruelseat are known as Sings of Dreams Thorsten and Sings of Dreams Hillevi, respectively. Also, a small detail, but her Argonian assemblage package indicated she's going to hang out with Shavi. There's no actual marker indicated that they are friends, nor do they ever mention each other. It also doesn't specify that she needs to go to Shavi like these packages normally do. It just forces her to go to the Argonian assemblage. Now, back to Idisa's schedule. When she teaches Grimvar, she travels down to a marker known as Sings of Dreams Instruct Grimvar Marker Ref. The same goes for Grimvar. When he's supposed to learn something from her, he will make use of a marker called Grimvar Learn from Sings of Dreams Marker Ref. A similar concept is used for their initial scene, where Grimvar and Idisa are discussing Aventus Aretino. The marker that's used to mark where Idisa should be standing is called DB Sings of Dreams Convo Marker. The actual dialogue topic is also still known as Sings of Dreams DB Branch Topic, and of course, the branch containing this topic is known as Sings of Dreams DB Branch. This all leads me to believe that Sings of Dreams, the Argonian, would have told the player the exact same thing, and that the dialogue wasn't changed at all, just re-recorded in a different voice tag. This might also be the case for her other dialogue, but there is no evidence to back up that claim. Because the scene mentioned above, Grimvar and Idisa got special aliases in the Dialogue Windhelm quest, as well as its related script. The name of Idisa's alias? Sings of Dreams alias, of course. Lastly, should Idisa meet her demise, then she will get her own burial urn in Windhelm's Hall of the Dead. You can already guess where I'm going with this. The burial urn is known as Sings of Dreams Coffin Ref internally, and if all of this wasn't enough to convince you that Idisa Saudri was an Argonian named Sings of Dreams, then I'll just mention this final detail. Idisa in the final game is still part of the Windhelm Argonian faction. So yeah, that's enough about Sings of Dreams. Now I'll take a look at the times that Idisa was actually mentioned by that name. The first mention is the most logical one. Her actual editor ID is, of course, named Idisa Saudri. For the second and third mention, we'll need to go back to her relationships tab. Remember that I mentioned 4 relationships and only covered 2 quickly? Yeah, that was completely on purpose, as for some reason her relationship marker with Grimvar is actually called Idisa Grimvar. I have no clue why this one has her finalized name in it, but my guess is that they forgot when she was still called Sings of Dreams and added the marker after her character transformation. Now, the last marker is really weird, as it sets her up as the sister of Revan Saudri. another Windhelm resident. The marker is called Revan Idisa siblings. This is what they apparently wanted us to believe, but it only makes her stick out more. Her character as Revan's sister is completely botched, as they never mention each other, speak to each other, or even see each other. So yeah, that's a very bad cover-up on Bethesda's part. The last in-game mention of Idisa is in my eyes the most interesting one. Should she meet her demise, then she will get her own coffin in Windhelm's Hall of the Dead. Internally, the coffin is simply known as Idisa Coffin Rev. Yeah, you're not going crazy. I know what I said about Things of Dreams' burial urn. There was a little lie sprinkled in there, as that burial urn never gets activated at all. This coffin does, however, activate if Idisa dies. The fact that Bethesda actually made a different coffin for her, rather than just renaming the existing burial urn for Things of Dreams, is what baffles me, as Bethesda apparently didn't care this much when covering the rest of her existence up. And finally, this is one mention that is not actually in the game. In Skyrim's official game guide, we can see the inhabitants of the House of Clan Cruelty listed: Thorsten Cruelty, Grimvor Cruelty, and Things of Dreams. This seems to imply that the character change was done very late in development, which would also explain why it was covered up so badly. And that's about all that can be said on Things of Dreams and Idisa Sadri. I hope that I've just educated someone somewhere about Skyrim's cut content, and then I'm happy. I would love to hear everyone's thoughts and or requests in the comments below, and until next episode, we have enough content to keep us going for a long while.